I would just say I think what works for me is I really love good conversation, and I've had some amazing conversations that have completely destroyed certain fixed structures in my head on society, relationships, God, so many of these archetypes, and I would just wish for more people to have an open mind and welcome open conversation and try to be as true to themselves and as authentic as possible, because I think we know more about ourselves when we expose ourselves, and we can only do that if we are quite vulnerable with a stranger or anyone, and to just sort of kind of really understand who we really are. And of course that's a work in progress, that's a lifetime journey. But if I would have to kind of suggest, I would say perhaps start with conversations that really challenge the status quo and make you think differently of all the fixed structures that you have in the religious format, spiritual format, society. Expose yourself to gurus, teachings, people, cultures, travel, and sort of really break that down and figure out for yourself what makes sense. I think that's the highest kind of teaching you can give yourself, and it's the first step towards really embracing who you are. And perhaps once you're more comfortable with who you are, I think happiness is a byproduct. You're trying less, right, to impress people. So thank you.
You have to cite an example to bring home this point. If you're sensitive enough, assume that your friend scores more marks than you in college or in school. It is very natural to be jealous. But this jealousy is something which we are not aware about. And this jealousy is also justified with a bunch of friends who would say, it's okay, they keep studying, he's a bookworm, so he keeps studying. We are better placed, we have a better personality, and we are all-rounded, and we can do better than him in life or him or her in life. So we try to justify things, and there is a group of people in the external world who will allow you or who will support you in this justification. But if one is pushed into a corner where this jealousy becomes a real nuisance for himself, only then one would turn inward. My master calls this the awakening to sorrow. You have to awaken to sorrow in order to understand sorrow. And only when you understand sorrow, there is any possibility of ending sorrow.
I would go back to the Master J. Krishnamurti's teachings on looking at the struggle between the what is and the what should be. So in every human being's life, the what is, the current reality, it is something, it is some external problem they're caught up with, or some psychological struggle they're going through. So when we come across that difficult reality in our lives, if we can bring total attention to that, and if we can also bring total attention to the very automatic inner struggle in us to somehow avoid it and run away to something else, if we can bring attention to the process of security seeking, which comes from the the limited self in us, when we are faced with these challenges, we want to look up to some external authority as a guru, as a god. I personally am not against religious worship, or I myself chant mantras, I meditate, but my approach to all this is different. I'm not trying to escape from truth in the name of worshipping God. So that would be my suggestion. That is what in Amanaska Yoga we call as the art of self-knowing. Can we bring total attention to the truth of whatever is happening inside, and not run away into some convenient, mentally constructed world of the what should be, which is very beautiful, rosy, promising. No. I think that is in the initial stages, this might feel very difficult, because I think human civilization for centuries has been used to this habit of running away into a convenient projection. But if we can resist the temptation, and if we can somehow, if that insight strikes us, and if that kind of an awareness also happens to us, we will realize there is actually great beauty in staying with the uncomfortable reality of life, not running away from it. And in due course, we will surmount it, we will transcend it in a much more beautiful and effective way. So that would be my message for inner well-being.
I have been toying with this question myself for a very long time. So I have been in this search of self-knowing for a good 30 years, and I have been giving consultation. I've been listening to a lot of people who are suffering. When they have a problem in their life, and when they come to you for consultation, they just want that piece of problem to be solved. They are not interested to look into their life, however much you may tell them to. Only when somebody who have been hit so badly, or who have been pursuing, or who have been a seeker for a very long time, only to such a person, what you say will immediately they'll be able to understand. And the rest of them, well, I am yet to find an answer.